distance just fine. Okay. Leos, Leo sun risings. All right. Leo sun risings in conjunction sign, aka the almost opposite sign. What is my theme for my Leo sun risings? Taking control of your wellness and regiment for a better reality. Leo, you've been forced to work. A lot of y'all been forced to work. You've been forced to work. And one thing about that sun energy and Leo energy, Leo, competitive sign, right? Very one of the most competitive signs in the zodiac, passionate sign. But at times, Leo could have that like that slight cancer trait when it comes into like, damn, why can't I just magically manifest? I don't want to place all this time into something. Like, damn, I understand you gotta place time into build things, but like, is there a way I could just so sometimes Leos get into that and that discourages the process of working and structuring and building something. Okay. And with that being said for my Leo sun risings, okay, the sun and moon is in the sixth house, so everything has been geared towards your wellness right now, placing certain restrictions on this, that, and the third in the wellness. I told y'all Leos coming into this season. I said if there's things you know you need to restrict for the betterment of your wellness, this is when it's gonna get intense. This is when it's gonna get very intense this season. So I hope y'all ain't dealing with such crazy intensity. Okay, whatever it is, whatever it is. I don't need to name all different type of vices and this, that, and the third. I don't need to name all of that. Leo, you know what you're supposed to be in and out your sixth house. A lot of my Leos, y'all's some of the most creative signs in the zodiac. But when we tell y'all to sit down and make a plan and a project to let your creativity carry something out in the long term, that be frustrating for y'all. And I think that's what this season has been doing. This season has been getting on y'all nerves if y'all's been reluctant or shying away from creating a blueprint for something for your creativity. Sometimes Leo just want to throw their creativity in the air and want something to happen from it. No, this season was about Leo. Make a plan for this shit. Make a blueprint, something so we could routinely work on this creative talent. Or we could turn this talent to more of a sharpened skill in some type of shape or form. What type of routine, what type of repetition we gonna create in our lives in some type of shape or form, right? And how we're gonna take initiative for our health and our wellness in some type of shape or form, aka uh what do we need to detach from and restrict? All right. But with all that being said, Sun and Moon in the sixth house, the teacher's gonna come. Motherfucking Dr. Sebi start popping up on your YouTube. All different type of coaches and healers and shit start popping up because this is the shit you need to see. Whatever house the sun is transiting is gonna find a way to pop something up. Is attention. Sunday with attention. So whatever house the sun is in is gonna grasp your attention. It's gonna do something. So it's or you may have a health issue, something that you was being lackadaisical about, migraines, the skin rash, something that you was like, whatever. It's just it wasn't too overwhelming in the times that it was an issue. But now you got all these six house transits, and now that migraine is going crazy, and now you're dying to find out what the source of that shit is. The doctor can't tell you fucking shit. You going to the doctor, these niggas ain't saying shit. Because these niggas ain't working with spirituality. You don't know what the fuck. There's only but so much that nigga could do. Doctors ain't gonna say no shit about what's heavy on on your crown. What have you been anything you've been really frustrated about? You've been thinking heavy. Let's look at your first house. Let's see your first house transits. They don't know how to see that to see what the fuck bothering your head. They don't know you dealing with heavy six house placements and it's just simply you having an upside down sense of wellness in general. They're gonna just throw some pills at your ass. All right. So Leo sunrises, y'all is too fucking smart and too intuitive to now understand I mean, honestly, I know y'all know what if your sense of wellness is a little off as a Leo sunrise, it's not like you don't know what it is. You know what it is. You too intuitive for that. You way too intuitive for that. All right. So um and then that shit trining Uranus in the 10th. So a lot of my Leo sun risings, y'all are seeing how your lack of attentiveness in the sixth house and dealing with your wellness and routine is impacting all the potential in the 10th house for the things that you're trying to transform and establish in the 10th house. Or You guys are riding the positive vibration. I got my Leo sun risings, waking up early, working out, drinking smoothies, doing this, that, and the third, cutting this bad habit out their regimen, and it's directly impacting opportunity in the 10th house. And you're just falling into a situation where you're able to take more control and whatnot for things in your career path. You're having more of a brighter light for things in your career path, especially if you're on the stage, if you're doing something, being on the stage as a Leo sun rising, expressing yourself, people noticing your energy different, this, that, and the third, your skin glowing a little bit more, your hair a little long. All right. So come on, Leo sun risings. I can't have y'all neglected and y'all fix fire sometimes. So sometimes we try to tell y'all some shit. Y'all don't be wanting to hear this shit. You ever try to tell Leo sun risings and they got quick rebuttals for everything? It's like, my nigga, you know everything, bro. Like, I get it. You the sun. I get it. Everything you say to Leo, like, yo, bro, I think you should work on this. And they'll be like, yo, actually, yeah, I know. I was thinking about, like, okay, so you just everything I'm about to say, you think you was thinking about doing. Now I'm saying dead ass, bro. I already was literally. I want to lie to you, bro. Like, nigga, I know you lie, but anyways, this the shit you just saying all the shit I be thinking about. I already know. Leo, get your ass on with that shit sometimes, man. All right. I know you don't bang with that Saturn energy. So when a nigga like me, all Saturn up, come in y'all life, trying to help y'all add more structure to y'all creative ass fucking vision, and it's such a hard pull and tug because you fixed fire, you so stuck to see doing things the way you want to do it. That's gonna always shoot yourself in the foot. All right. So we got that going on. Then we got the sextile to Neptune in the eighth house. So when we're talking about taking care of your wellness in the sixth house, right? Making sure once again, Capricorn in the sixth house. All right. Strong Leos have super strong intuition about understanding the significance of a sixth house. The Leo that knows how to incorporate vision with the repetition of a six, man, man, oh man. All right. But with that being said, you know, uh y'all got that sextile to Neptune in the eighth. So this is more energy diving into attachments, things that my Leo sun rising is connected to that you have to overcome, you know, and the sixth house is helping you do that, right? You got Pisces in the eighth house, so Lord have mercy. You mix fantasies and desire energy together. There's all type of shit Leo sun risings that got into behind the scenes that they partner and other people would never know. Okay. It's okay, Pisces. I mean, it's okay, Leo Sunrise. This is your eighth house. You don't have to express that. You can keep that shit in your eighth house. You have the eighth house for a reason. All right. But with all that being said, though, this is what all the sun and moon and everything is harmonizing with this energy from the sixth. So you're learning to overcome certain obstacles through the state of routine, through the state of new patterns. I said new patterns. It's getting late. New patterns. All right. It's like how can you get over this attachment? How can you, deal with this negative habit with your wellness and you doing the same things in your schedule and routine? You're just gonna fall back into your fucking bad habits. That's it. The idle body, idle mind is a devil's workshop. So if you have something that once again, like you got something that's been taking so much a habit that you've had in your routine, your daily agenda, and it took so much time and energy, not even energy, it took so much time to construct and deal with or whatnot. And now you take that habit out, it needs to be substituted. What you going to read? You're going to meditate? You're going to walk on trails? You're going to work out? You need to do something. You're just going to revert right back to that shit. So when we talk about Leo, sun rising in the sixth house, all this sun moon energy and this harmonizing with Neptune in the eighth, yes, this is a time we need to overcome obstacles and understand the philosophy behind it, not just overcome an obstacle because it's almost giving me like okay, this actually is a very relatable example since it is the eighth house. And eighth house, deals with like, sexual desires to a degree. It's like, like once again, guy, like right now, I'm just fasting on everything. Like I'm not really, I don't want to have sex for the whole fucking year. Like I'm not smoking weed. I ain't doing shit. Like a nigga changed his fucking life this year. But once again, I got all these like, sexual teachers and semen retention teachers and whatnot on my YouTube. And then a lot of men be studying these things because in this community dealing with a lot of these male coaches that's teaching young men or men in general about sexual energy and the spirituality to it, which is a very great thing in this age that we have access to this information, especially with all the all the vibes that are thrown at the youth right now. And I know the youth is going through it, but that's a whole nother story. But a lot of niggas be promoting this shit, promoting holding on to their seat, this and that third, because of the benefits that it brings with women. You know, oh, if you hold your seed, women are gonna be more attracted to you and this that, and the third. But that shit is so counterproductive. What the fuck is me doing all this shit from a discipline perspective to feed my ego to get more women, to be attracted to more women? That's so counterproductive. That's still feeding the ego. So it's almost like you're in that type of space right now, Leo Sun rising with this sun and moon energy in the sixth, hitting the eighth house with Neptune in the eighth house. Are you trying to transform, you know, your habits and whatnot for a real spiritual in a real in the name of spiritual development, personal development, or is there some type of ego result that's attached to it? You're just doing this and a third because you just want to look good so you can show your body off in the summertime instead of dealing with wellness and having the right diet and just so you can be fucking healthy and let a nice, sexy, attractive looking body, defined body be in it, just be the result of it. And whatever attention comes with it comes with it, not just to feed your ego. So you're in these type of spaces right now, Leo Sunrise. Keyword ego. Keyword ego. Embrace the process of working on things. Embrace the process of transformation and not just the attention that could be gained from the result around this time, Leo Sun rising. All right. So we got that going on. Then we got the trine to Uranus. Um, no, yeah. We spoke the trine to Uranus in 10th, sextile to Neptune in the 8th, and then Mars in Capricorn trining out the 6th house, trining Jupiter in the 10th. So Leo Sun rising, you may not think your sense of wellness is directly impacting the results and opportunities in career, but it is. It is. May not be as charismatic, you know, too much attachments and whatnot, and things involved in your sixth house that's taking your time and actually draining you, and they're unnecessary things that's taken away from your personality, your charisma, your natural energy, your natural light to be seen in the world in some type of shape or form. And you're gonna have to be able to identify that. All right. Because the more that you can have Mars in the sixth house, be more adamant, and Mars in the sixth house turns into a beast because it could hold the concentration and focus and the passion and the excitement to transform its life through regiment, through routine, right? So Mars can get crazy in this house. And you're gonna feel frustration if Mars don't have no direction in here. You're gonna feel crazy if Mars don't have no direction in this area. If Mars gets out this house and Mars was never told what to clean up, what to work on, what to build, what to exercise, it might be a whole lot of projection going on once Mars get into your seventh house. Your partners ain't gonna be able to stand you because you ain't gonna know where you just throwing this frustration. They ain't gonna know where this frustration energy coming from. It's coming from a fucking frustrated Mars. All right. But but Mars in the sixth house, shining Jupiter in the 10th. Such a powerful energy, Leo. You taking the initiative, you taking the initiative of, you know, committing yourself. Remember, committing yourself to a new system. My Leo sun rising, you taking the initiative to commit yourself to a new sense of building, structure, discipline, regiment, routine. It is endless possibilities how your 10th house could expand things, especially if you have the sixth house deal with experimentation projects. If there's a specific project you're passionate, adamant about right now, you put your motherfucking sweat, blood, and tears in that shit while Mars is in your sixth house. You establish a new way of diving into that energy and sustaining the regiment for that shit right now. Your 10th house is gonna appreciate it. Jupiter gonna create some fruits up there. I promise you. I promise you, whether it's just natural opportunities to expand, whether it's situations where your newfound experience can be you know, received by others in the 10th house through your brand or whatever imagery you're giving off to the world based off of the transformations you're going through. And who can manifest attention and light more than the Leo? All right. So that's what we got going on. And then we have the sextile to Saturn in the eighth. So Leo sun rises in general, y'all just been forced to fast on a lot of things, dealing with y'all pleasures in general, or let me say dealing with y'all desires. A lot of y'all have been placed in situations where you've been having to settle down, have more of a grounded way of looking at your desires, and I do believe now that I'm looking at these placements a little bit harder, I can see a lot of Leo sunrises manifesting some intense karma in their life, not some intense karma in their life, not placing boundaries in the right area. All right. The eighth house is not just sexual activity, it's desires of all in all states. So you can have a Leo sun rising that has a huge desire to make money in some type of way, and then they got an opportunity to do some illegal shit. Because your desire is so heavy to make the money, you disregarded everything about the risk, and now you manifested some long-term shit because Saturn is involved, and now your ass is in probation for 1600 years. All right. Your next 18 lifetimes you on probation. Ain't that a bitch? All right. So that's what we got going on with my Leo sunrises, man. A lot of Saturn energy, a lot of Earth presence, a lot of repetition. And I know y'all don't like that. Y'all don't want to hear that shit. You just want to get in the studio in the booth and make the music, right? You just want to go to the skating rink and skate. You just want to go to the canvas and paint. You don't want to deal with all that extra structure and blueprinting and having to cut this off and detach that to make time for the goal. And I get it, Leo, but these are the times that we're in. And there's so much beautiful things that could come out of you sustaining a new system in the sixth house. Your 10th house will love it. Your eighth house gonna love it. Shit, your first house gonna love that shit. All right. So that's what we got going on with that